Okay, so I have an interesting story. I'm a little bit bored, so I'll share this with you guys. Dropped my car off today, get some work done. But it happened to also be the day that, I wouldn't say I made an appointment, but I just kind of made a commitment. I talked to the manager, and anyways, today I just also decided to drop off my comforters, my daughters, to have the comforters washed at the laundromat nearby. What's the relationship for these two stories, these two events? Well, I didn't have a car, but now I need to drop off 2 queen-size comforters in, well, I quite like the area, but it doesn't necessarily have a stellar reputation, but it's absolutely beautiful. Lots of artwork. So here I am walking from the car dealership, carrying these 2 giant comforters, one in a big bag, the other just under my arm so it's not so slippery. That's how I walked to work today. Received some interesting looks. And just the way people kind of, anyways. And then walked from lunch from work to the laundromat. They do, what's the term, a drop-in service, or where they wash it for you, so I don't have to wait around, which is awesome. Again, just the perception of people and the looks, I don't know if many people would have expected, especially with all the publicity, in the area and in the media right now, and just it's happening for, houselessness. All that's happening. You wouldn't think that the guy was on his way to work carrying these 2 blankets, was actually on his way to work. And again, you wouldn't think that the guy walking in this area carrying these 2 blankets was fully employed, gainfully fully employed. It just looked bizarre, but I didn't have a car and I didn't feel like waiting until tomorrow to do it. I don't mind looking silly. And it was quite a neat experience, because I walked the same route yesterday, even just carrying a water bottle. And in one area of the town, people didn't really treat me any different. They're like, I've seen it before. They don't really look at you. They'll ignore you. No matter how you look, they just kind of stick to themselves. On the other side of this main road, people look at you. If you smile at them, they'll nod their head. If you wave to them, they'll wave back. And the only thing that changes is just what side of the road you're on. As soon as you cross that intersection, don't look at people, don't expect them to look at you, expect to be ignored, and they're expecting and maybe even wanting you to ignore them. Totally different on the other side. I just want to share that. I like talking a little bit sometimes, just to unwind and to transition. But of course, one needs to be cautioned if one finds themselves talking to themselves too much. So recording audio and video files helps, and it has the added advantage that I get to hear it back later, and I can improve and adjust my speaking rate and speaking quality by listening to myself again in the future. And if it's useful to anybody else, all the better, right? But I'm gonna leave it there. Just about at the dealership here. Didn't post a video this morning because of the tighter morning for drop-off times. We're at the final book of Joan of Arc. That's where I guess it's the most dramatic, the most interesting. The previous 2 books have been getting us to here. But book 3 is the heartbreak. And my intention is just to kind of push through it now and let the emotions and reflections come privately elsewhere. That's what happened this morning. Should be back at it we'll be back at it tomorrow. Chapter 3, book 3, or wherever we're at for that. But enough is enough. Still only a couple blocks to go here. I'm gonna sign off. All for now. À la prochaine. Until next time.